Hello and welcome to DCP SideQuest episode number 14. Not 13 like last week, not 15 like next week, 14 like this week.
14.
Welcome to the one and only 14th episode that'll ever exist for this show. Crazy, right?
That's true. The only one.
Rare.
There will never be another.
Rare times.
We could do episode 14/2 next week.
A part 2? There's never been a part 2.
Part 2 of episode 2.
We could do 14 3/4.
Oh my God.
Like Harry Potter.
That's right.
You're breaking my brain.
Eric's isn't here.
Eric's
by the
isn't
way.
here, yes.
That's right.
Because Eric's is famous. So sometimes he has to be famous.
Once again, he's got to solve Brexit. He's got to go back in.
I heard there's like a coin now. There's like a Brexit coin, and he's developing the coin or something. I don't know.
Wow.
It's
I actually,
I don't
that's
fully
wild.
understand.
He's minting cash.
Pretty weird.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Does Brexit always, whenever somebody brings up Brexit, do you guys get hungry? Like, it sounds like a
100%, man. Yeah.
I mean,
definitely
yeah,
sounds
like a breakfast biscuit.
It says breakfast.
egg and cheese Brexit sandwich. Right?
Brexit, yes. I'm a little peckish. I could go for something.
I could go for some Brexit. Thanks.
The Brexit buffet. I love it. Yeah.
The Brexit buffet. I won't be on sale to say that.
No.
True.
That's a lot.
No.
That's
He's also not going to be here next week because he's going to be at Gamescom.
Yes. But
And
when he gets back, we get all the exclusives. So
that's right.
Yes.
The hot exclusives.
yeah, SideQuest, Eric's exclusive.
That's true. Also, I won't be
That's right.
here next week, guys.
No.
That's true.
yeah.
And I'll be
Very
looking
concerning.
forward to hearing
No.
what I'm up to when I'm not on the show. This is your 1 week warning to make sure it's something good that I'm up to.
Something good.
Yeah.
Next week's gonna be me and
It's
Brian.
gonna have
being
something
like,
to do with
"So-"
fucking a trash can. I can tell you that.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So, wild news and stuff that's been going on. Should we kick things
Yeah,
off?
man.
Are we going right into the trash can of the?
The trash can of things to talk about? Might as well, right?
Yeah.
Well, Twitch is being Twitch again, guys. Twitch is being
Cheers
Twitch.
to that.
Well, it's more like an evolution of Twitch into a new space they haven't yet taken over.
That's true. Yeah.
Porn. That's right.
They could break right into that market.
They could. They are.
So what happened?
Yeah.
What's
So
the breakdown.
So initially what happened was obviously Ninja got a big deal to move over to Mixer. And we had talked about that before, right? And so what they decided to do with his page, because he was getting so much traffic on there, is make it a hub for finding other streamers that were live at the moment. And so they said, the ninja you're looking for is in a different castle, but check out these other people that are there. So that's an interesting move right there of saying, hey, there's so much traffic that was coming to Ninja's page that they're like, let's redirect it to all these other streams that are currently live at the moment. So that happened, and I was like, that's interesting. Yeah. And then most recently,
that is interesting.
Yeah.
Well, let's dissect that move a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
So first of all, it showed the top Fortnite streamers, right? So it wasn't just showing like maybe the lower Fortnite streamers, maybe some random like number size of streamers. It was always just showing the top of the directory. So it was basically just acting as another Fortnite directory, right? So you could go to Ninja's channel and you'd see the exact same layout as going to the Fortnite directory. But they have not done this with anyone else.
I have a question.
Right.
He was obviously a Twitch partner.
Yes.
Yes.
When he moved off of Twitch and became a Mixer partner, obviously he lost his partnership status with Twitch, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that's part of the deal. When you become a Twitch partner, like that's in the contract that you sign.
Yeah.
But I don't believe you lose the rights to your channel on Twitch, do you?
That's never happened.
Like that still belongs to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they basically took it over.
They did.
Yeah. Again, it's really fascinating to see. Like, he was getting so much traffic and so much like interest was being generated from all these deals that were happening that they decided to redirect his channel as a hub for views.
Yeah,
like,
and you couldn't see like any of his VODs, right?
Yeah, those are gone.
It was just a Fortnite directory to get people. So say as a kid who doesn't know that Ninja's moved to Mixer, maybe they just, they just go on Twitch to watch Ninja. They would go there and just be like, all right, Ninja's not here. Guess I'm just gonna go check out these other people. So it's a way to keep people on Twitch and not going over to another platform.
I do suppose that it is Twitch's website, and whatever paperwork that you sign, to initially sign up for Twitch, it is their website.
Right.
You have a feeling of ownership over your Twitch channel, but you don't actually have ownership over Squat. Right? That's a feeling that is based on nothing.
Right.
True.
I'm assuming, I haven't read the contract like front to back since I signed it, but I'm assuming that they could take away your channel. Well, they do. They take away people's channel all the time for breach of contract or for playing porn on their channel or whatever. So it's like
TOS breakage.
I think it feels like a kind of a low class move by Twitch.
Yeah, that's the impression I get.
But I completely understand why they did it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like it makes
sense.
Move. It makes sense if you're just thinking purely as a marketing thing, and okay, we want to keep the people on the platform. But in terms of seeing what that appears like to the public looking on at this situation, it makes an entire company look petty and jealous.
Yeah, it seems petty.
Petty's the right word.
Yep.
Yeah, petty.
Yeah.
So that happened, and that was an interesting thing. Like, okay. And then what was it, yesterday or 2 days ago? I can't remember. It's very recent.
2 days ago? Very recently.
Yeah. There happened to be a porn channel that was live for 2 hours?
2 hours is what people have said.
Yeah, 2 hours. I was in the Fortnite directory and it ended up getting up to 20,000 viewers and hit the top of the directory. Thus being on the top of Ninja's channel as well. Showing porn in the Fortnite directory for 2 hours. Yep. On Twitch.
Watts, you told me about this via the SideQuest.
I did.
Twitter, private messages.
Ryder just started laughing, and
I did. I literally started laughing out loud.
It's hilarious and so bad at the same time. It's like, so you're gonna have this. So you're gonna have Ninja's page just literally grab the streams that are happening right there, not curate it at all, which is.
Yep.
Which is low, honestly. It should be,
but it's still branded Ninja, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There's still Ninja branding out there.
Yeah, it's /Ninja still on Twitch, and that's popping up. And also, you don't have at least one staffer checking, just generally just giving a quick check, maybe every 10 minutes to see what's happening in one of your most popular directories, like that.
Yeah,
that's weird.
It's bad. It's bad. Because it's Ninja's, people could go there and be like, oh, Ninja actually is recommending porn to my children.
Right.
I'm sure there's a parent that saw that and was had no idea what's going on or how things work. Yeah. And they're like, oh, wow, this guy Ninja recommends porn.
He's recommending all these channels, and one of them is a porn channel. What?
This whole Fortnite thing, it was really big for a little while, but honestly, it's dying down a little bit. We're looking at other avenues to explore. And, we heard that porn is pretty popular on the internet. So we're going to just dive in head first.
And now we're going to start our brand new section called Just Fapping. We figured why fight it when we can embrace it.
You could chat, That's you could fap, you could watch games. You can IRL stream.
Amazon
Live
is
content.
It's a numbers driven company, and Amazon has said from the top up they want better viewership. Well, we know how to get it.
Bam. They've found their direction right there.
That's right.
So that's
I might have been more okay with that comment than the one we got from the CEO.
So yeah, that's adding even more stuff. So also Ninja released a statement as well, or a video saying, yeah, actually, did you guys watch it? Because I had my volume off. Okay, can you summarize what he said?
So he was basically just apologizing, which he shouldn't have to do, obviously, because he had nothing to do with that. But he was saying that he obviously left for Mixer and they tried to keep it as professional as possible. No trash talking, which he hasn't done of Twitch at all, because he said he had no reason to. He had a fantastic experience with Twitch over the 8 years that he's been on there. But yeah, and then he was just apologizing for parents seeing that and children seeing that, or anyone who just didn't want to see that. And then they found that that's what they were seeing. So it's basically apology and saying that he's disgusted and not okay.
Yeah. So he has to deal with that because it's on his
I do
page
wonder
on Twitch.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. There has been talk of like, could Twitch be sued for this? And like, it does seem like there's a possibility of that. It's like, because they are doing that under the Ninja channel, which is, it could be said that they are damaging his brand and his ability to make money in the future.
Yeah. So I'm looking at it, I feel like it would make sense that Ninja would be able to sue them. It's, defamation of your brand. It's impacting your brand. I feel like there's some grounds there. Because even if it says in the contract that, we can do whatever we want with your channel, you didn't say that you're going to put porn on the channel.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is against TOS.
And like the or the Ninja brand is bigger than just Twitch, right? It's like he's got merchandise in Walmart, like he's on, now he's on Mixer, like it's bigger than just a streaming thing. So if they do damage the brand, if Ninja can if he can prove that they had a monetary impact to him, that's very possible.
Yeah,
I would think so.
Yeah, it probably is more of a headache than anything that he'd want to deal with. I'm assuming.
I would assume that too.
Yeah.
Unless a lawyer told him, "Oh, we can get big bucks for this."
Yeah.
But he's already got the big bucks, so.
Yeah, exactly. He's like in a different category with the stuff. Like he had, he reached 1 million subs on Mixer because he's doing a free sub.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah. So in a week, he got 1 million subs in there. Granted, the majority, a very large majority, is going to drop off after a couple months. But still, the fact that number was reached with that, with a move over like that's really impressive. So he's not in any kind of financially hurting situation anytime soon, so long as he's not buying Ferraris every day. Maybe.
Well, not everybody makes every decision perfect.
It's insane that 1 million people went over there and pressed the button. Like they took the time to maybe even download the app,
in addition to the
website, go to his page, press the button to subscribe. Like just getting the fact that you have the pull of making 1 million people come over and press a button is big. It's a big deal.
That's big.
That's nuts.
Very big. Yeah.
Crazy.
So with all that tomfoolery going on, Twitch has been under quite a bit of fire, and
especially recently.
It's recently because of that stuff. And then the CEO released a statement, right?
Oh, thank God he spoke out and he solved this whole situation. Everything's all taken care of now, I assume.
A fire hose and just right on the fire.
Just put out all these fires.
It was a fantastic statement. I'll read it to you so you can make up your mind. Both you listeners, make up your own. I will not influence you. Our community comes to Twitch looking for live content. To help ensure they find great live channels, we've been experimenting with showing recommended content across Twitch, including on streamers' pages that are offline. This helps all streamers as it creates new community connections. However, the lewd content, he used the word lewd, that's funny. The lewd content that appeared on the Ninja offline channel page grossly violates our terms of service, and we've permanently suspended the account in question. We have also suspended these recommendations while we investigate how this content came to be promoted. On a more personal note, I want to apologize directly to Ninja that this happened. It wasn't our intent, but it should not have happened. No excuses.
Corporate.
I responded to it because I was just like, really? I don't like the statement. I don't think this statement said anything at all. We suspended the account. Wow, crazy news. Had no idea.
Count? Oh.
The porn account got suspended. Wow.
You're not redirecting YouPorn.
You click on that channel, you get YouPorn results.
You're welcome.
It just
a click.
It felt very hollow, and it's like, okay, people are saying a bunch of stuff. I better say something. This is against our terms of service. We'll be better.
Yeah.
We are sorry.
This does damage to Twitch's brand too. I mean, like this is a major news story, right? This is going to get picked up in. My wife knew about this. I didn't tell her about it. She like repeated the story back to me because she read it like on a news feed this morning. Like, oh, okay, so now it's in like national news that there's porn on Twitch.
Yep.
Perfect. That's just what Twitch wants.
Yep. I think so. So I responded to this. I won't read exactly what I said because I wrote a lot of stuff. But I was like, there was no mention of apologizing to the children that saw it, the families that then had to explain what happened. There was no apology for the Twitch employees that are getting hounded all the time. That they're like, fix this. This is your fault when they have nothing to do with it. And consistently, Twitch has done this thing where they are advertising on other streamers' channels. They did it with Ninja. They had Ninja ads playing on other people's channels. Then they did it with Pokimane, even after people said that people were upset about it. And now they're doing this whole other thing, which again is advertising on other people's channels. And they don't tell you that it's a thing they're thinking of doing. They don't tell you that it's a thing they are doing. You just find out one day by a viewer being like, hey, do you know that you're advertising for Frankie 2 times? Wow.
Frankie 2 times.
Unbelievable. So people have constantly said that they don't want to recommend things, other people's channels, to their audience when they can't control that. You have no control over that. You could be recommending someone who you don't agree with, someone who is racist, who you don't know who you could be recommending, and you have no control over that. And consistently Twitch keeps being like, but how could we try and promote other people on your channel?
Yeah.
And people are constantly like, but we don't like that.
Yeah.
Then they do it again.
I get that they want to drive more traffic because that obviously equates more views and more advertising revenue and all that. But it's been pretty damaging in a lot of cases. And this is the most egregious of them all, because it's just like you said, no mention of like the kids coming to Ninja's page and seeing that stuff and being like, what? Click. And then, whoa, like there's an effect there. And there's no acknowledgement of, hey, that's what you screwed up right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd also like to take a moment to talk about, I've created a new branding opportunity for DCP. We're going to be putting commercials on people's channels for DCP on Twitch. We're really excited about it. We really think it's going to drive. Yeah, we're going to drive some traffic to the channel, and hopefully really big Ferrari Friday thing.
Can we put an ad on RezoCast show?
Oh, I think that would be wonderful.
When they're live, an ad just pops up that they can't control that says, did you know that DCP is actually live right now? Click here.
Beautiful. Yeah. Great.
Can't we make that happen? Why can't that be a thing? Just once.
Oh, man. Yeah,
I just want to see their faces when it happens.
There's a lot of conflict of interest that happens with this stuff, and it always feels like Twitch is unaware of that thing until somebody points it out directly and is like, "Don't you realize?" And then Twitch is like, "Oh, yeah, totally."
It's very strange. The CEO I don't know the guy. I can't say anything. I wouldn't say anything bad about him, but it does appear that he seems a bit disconnected from what's actually happening on his platform. They're never going to be able to stop channels from streaming porn. You know, people can make a throwaway channel, they'll stream porn. You can never stop that. But having the ability, they banned it, Tefty. It's now gone. So
okay.
You can never control that. But not giving creators a way to opt in to this promotion thing or opt out. You know, so YouTube did a thing quite a while ago where on the side of your channel, it has recommended channels that are similar to yours. And you had an opt-in for that. So they were like, if you opt out, you won't be recommended on other people's channels. If you opt in, you'll be recommended on other people's channels and will recommend other people on your channel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why is there ever an option of creators on Twitch saying, yes, I want this, or no, I don't want this?
Yeah. Exactly.
Because everybody would click, no, I don't want this.
Well, you see, maybe some smaller streamers would actually be like, you know what? I could potentially get recommended by a huge streamer. Maybe I do want that.
Yeah, for sure.
But they never advertise little streamers. They always advertise the big ones.
Well, this is another thing. So I do want to say the part where it said where he said, this helps all streamers as it creates new community connections. They were showing the top of the Fortnite directory.
Yeah.
How does that make people discover new communities? They've already, if someone likes Fortnite, they've already seen all of those streamers except the porn one. That's a new community.
That's a new one. New community right there.
Yeah, I subscribed. I've already seen this video, but it's worth a rewatch.
So that came across as like because people, if you're into Fortnite, you've already seen all of those streamers. It's always the top people. It's not like they're curating you use these tags on your stream, so maybe we'll recommend people use these tags, or we'll recommend some people that are at the bottom of the directory.
Yeah,
it's not a new way to discover new people because it's just the Fortnite directory.
I have a fear that the Twitch is kind of turning into what YouTube was probably 2-3 years ago, where everybody on YouTube was just absolutely morbid about it. Nobody wanted to be on YouTube.
Adpocalypse.
The only reason people were reason people were there was because it was the only option. Twitch isn't in that position. There are other options. There's Facebook, there's Mixer, there's YouTube. YouTube has a streaming service. Twitch doesn't have that kind of authority in the marketplace. Yeah, they're number one now, but you treat your creators like shit, you treat your users like shit, and guess what happens? You become Snapple to the Pepsi and the Coke.
Damn. You're gonna
hard 3.
You're gonna rank it like that? Whew, that's cold, Briar.
That is cold. That's how I feel. So is Snapple though. It's delicious. It's always cold. It's great.
I've got like similar feelings, honestly, because I felt like when I first started with Twitch, it was a different environment, and then Amazon came, and it was cool with the Twitch Prime stuff, but like it felt like the ethos had changed, and it's continued to change over time.
Yeah.
Well, they fired like a lot of their like head people that were around in Twitch for years and years and years, right? They let them go. They brought in the Amazon squad, and like the Amazon, it doesn't seem like the people. It feels like they got bean counters running the show, right?
A little bit,
like they got the bean counters running the show, and the people who actually know about streaming, know about the communities, they have to do what the bean counters want.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like they got great ideas to do stuff, but then they run by the bean counters and they're like, this isn't really going to be buffing our bottom line here for this, so implement these ideas. Let's show porn on Ninja's channel. That's clearly going to have a response. Oh, great.
Completely different kind of bean. Completely different kind of bean.
Different bean.
Oh, man. So that's pretty wild.
Pretty wild.
Yeah, there's some other stuff with
and
some
hilarious.
other streamers. I don't know if we necessarily want to get into that stuff.
No, I want Twitch to, from all of this, to really go and have a big meeting about what their terms of service are. I think they need to change a lot of it. They need to add a bunch of rules to their terms of service. And they need to say that if you do this thing, you get this much of a ban. If you do this thing, you get this much of a ban, and have it apply to everyone across the board, no matter what.
Yeah.
Because that is not currently the case. It just seems like there's someone in an office who's like, 1 week. Permanent? I don't know.
It's like they're eating a sandwich and they drop some mustard and mayo on their shirt and they're like, son of a 30 days ban. That's what's happening.
Yeah. I would like to see new terms of service with rules that will say how long it will be banned for. And I want that to be published so everyone can see that and know exactly what's going on. And that way we can hold Twitch accountable, and we can know, okay, if I, do something like that, I'll be banned for 2 weeks. All right, got it.
Yeah.
Understood.
Exactly. And repeat offenses can result in a permanent ban.
Yes. Yep.
Because it should. If you're a repeat asshole.
Yeah, it should.
Just straight up.
Yeah. Absolutely should. They also don't have a terms of service about animals at all, which seems like a bit of an oversight.
Yeah.
So it would be nice if they introduced how to responsibly have your animals on stream.
Yeah. Exactly. Agreed. Should we?
Briar's ready to ruin someone's career. Look at him. He's ready to take somebody down.
Should we move on from the murky waters of Twitch politics? And
let me tell you about something I'm in love with. How about that?
Let's hear it.
Oh no,
Rebel.
Do we want to hear? Okay.
Yeah, Rebel Galaxy Outlaw. So this is the sequel to the 2015 game called Rebel Galaxy, and it's very different in a number of ways. But if you guys have ever played something like X-Wing or TIE Fighter, or X-Wing vs. TIE Fighter, or the Wing Commander series, or Freelancer, do you guys know what I'm talking about? Where it's like you sit in the cockpit of a ship, you fly around in space, you fight other ships, you can deliver freight, you can do that kind of stuff, right? It's like you
can be in the freighting biz.
This game, you can do piracy, you can do deliveries, you can do patrols. Anyhow, this is a open world space game, right? Where there's a story. You play a lady named Juno, and her husband was killed by a bounty hunter named Ruth. And the overall aesthetic is very kind of like old school. It almost looks like one of those old Wing Commander games, but like, much beefier graphics. Like, it's all high res. It looks great, but it's got like a retro throwback feel. Like there's a lot of neon. There's a lot of, kind of bright colors, and like the displays are all kind of like retro green text on everything.
Yeah.
Even you have like a kind of like a iPad sort of display, and it's branded the Amigo, kind of like the Amiga.
That's cool.
It's of that, right? It comes from that place. It's very well done though. It's very cute, but it's also kind of got this like Western vibe to it. Very similar to Firefly. It gives me a strong Firefly kind of feeling, especially with the music and in the sequel here in Outlaw. Actually, all the systems are named after like kind of Midwestern and Western states like Texas and Nevada. So like you go to the Nevada system, and in the Nevada system, you're going to find casinos. You go to the Texas system, and it's a little rougher, tumbly area, like that kind of thing.
That's cool.
Cool.
I like that.
Yeah, it's very cool. So basically the gameplay loop is you get to a ship, you fly around, and there's bounty boards. There's different bounty boards, whether you go with kind of like you talk to a bartender and he'll tell you where some bounties are, or you can talk to the merchant guild or to the mercenary guild and get these missions, and you go on these missions and you make money. And the missions vary. They could be escort quests, they could be go shoot, clear out an area full of mines, go kill a pirate who's been harassing, go work for the pirates and blow up this fleet of freighters and take all the loot. Like it can be that kind of thing. You can kind of play it your way. You can be a bad guy, you can be a good guy. It's really up to you. And then you kind of build up money. You start off with kind of a really junky ship. It's literally a trash. It's like
it's an actual trash can. You're inside a trash can.
Trash truck, like a trash truck. Like it's green and yellow, and it's a big square, and it's just like the as basic a junky ship as you can get. And then you can upgrade it. You can put a tractor beam on it to grab stuff out of space, like
nice.
Like loot from things that you've destroyed, or even people. It's really weird. You can, when you blow up a ship, sometimes the people inside live, and you can tractor beam them into your ship, and you have a choice. You can either put them in like a holding cell and turn them into the local authorities, or you can enslave them.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice. Anyhow,
did you enslave anybody?
Yeah.
Did they become like your crew?
So I actually got the game yesterday. The game doesn't come out till Tuesday, and when I found out this game was coming out, I actually contacted the developers and asked them if I could get an early copy, because I knew they were giving out copies for reviews. So I only put about 6 hours into the game, so I haven't really explored everything about the game, but there is so much to this game. You can, like I said, there's like this morality system where you can be a pirate, you can be, you can kind of follow the authorities. There's a storyline to the game that kind of keeps progressing you from system to system, but you can also travel between systems, but you've got to upgrade your ship before you can even get out of the first system by, giving yourself a jump drive. You can upgrade all your weapons. You can upgrade your ship itself. You can buy a new ship that's, maybe it's a bigger ship that has more cargo, but it's slower, or you can get a fighter ship that holds less cargo, but has more guns. and is faster, like those kind of decisions. It's really fun. If you like that kind of flying around in space game, like those old X-Wing games or Wing Commander games, like it definitely feels like one of those, but it's got this kind of open world feeling and this real cool aesthetic. The music is phenomenal. They say they have 24 hours worth of licensed music in it.
Nice.
Wow.
That really kind of nails the feel of the game. And they even have a streamer mode. They got the licenses for all of the music except for a few songs for streamers. So like streamers can stream the game and have the music on.
That's amazing.
And they have a streamer mode where the songs that they weren't able to license for streamers just get pulled out of the playlist.
That's awesome.
That's incredible attention to detail.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
They do that GTA thing where they have like radio ads playing between the songs.
That's cool.
In the world.
Really cool. Yeah.
So like they're, for instance, they'll have a radio ad for like the local casino. You go to the casino and it's a space station shaped like a giant poker chip, like it's that kind of,
That's
it's
cool.
really just a fun game. And I've only put about 6 hours into it. So I don't know what the end game is going to be like. I haven't even gotten the second ship yet or a new ship yet. So I'll have more to say on this game in the future. Hopefully it keeps giving, but I'm really having a blast with it.
I'm looking at the video right now. It looks really good.
Yeah.
It does look good. Yeah. It does.
Yeah. You said it comes out what date? What date in August?
I believe it comes out tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
August 14th? Or no, 13th.
Is it-
It's only a $30 game too. It's
Is
not
it a PC only game?
It's PC only at launch. It's coming out to consoles later this year.
Nice.
Okay.
And a Mac.
Mac.
Oh.
They're supporting Mac.
That's what I said. Mac.
What? This is crazy.
Yeah. It's a really fun game, and it's perfect kind of game for this this kind of summer doldrum, because it's going to soak up the hours.
Oh, yeah,
but it's also really entertaining, and it really controls well with a controller. I was
Nice.
actually wondering, like, do I need to get a HOTAS for this, like a flight stick and a throttle control that mounts onto your desk?
Yeah.
And they're really clear, like up front in their advertising for this game, that no, it's really designed around using a controller. Just stick to the controller and you're fine.
Got
You
it.
can use the HOTAS if you really want to.
Looks cool.
But
I would definitely check this
controller's
game
just
out,
fine.
honestly.
It's fun. It's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
cool. It's the story is entertaining too. It's it's over the top fun.
Nice. Yeah.
I want to be a merchant. I want to fly around. I want to, pick up some stuff, sell some stuff.
Yeah.
Be a mer- I wanna be a-
Exactly.
Yeah, you can totally choose that. It's hard though.
Brian's gonna rob me.
It's hard to be a merchant
Totally.
in the game.
No. It's like you, even in the very first system that you get into, you can easily find yourself in a battle that is very dangerous.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
If I die, am I
you
dead?
got to be careful.
That's
You
good.
have radio comms. You can actually talk to people who are attacking you and try and like, hey, like, I'm just passing through here. No big deal.
I'm just a merchant.
Let me
a
just
very
go
poor
on my
merchant.
way.
I
And
don't have any
I'm just-
merchandise.
just flying this trash
I've had,
can.
I've had like 50% success with that. So like there was one jump. I had to go from I think it was Texas to Nevada, which was like it was 3 jump gates.
Mhm.
And pirates like to hang
Sounds
out by
right.
the jump gate. So you'll go through a jump gate, you'll come out the other side, and like there's just pirates everywhere, and they're like, "Oh, you're fucked."
There's spawn
So-
camping.
I went through the first one. I was able to fight my way through, and then I flew across space and got to the second one, and there were pirates there too. So I couldn't go through the jump gate with the pirates around, so I had to fight them off. So I go through the second one. Luckily, there were no pirates on the other side of the second one, but there were some on the third one. So I hit them up on the. I knew that if I fought these guys, I was dead because my ship had taken a ton of damage already. I'd already been in 2 like major fights. I knew that if I fought these guys, I was dead. So I hit them up on the comms. I was like, can we work this out? And they said, just go ahead. You don't have any cargo anyway. So they let me go, and I was able to make it to Nevada unscathed.
Huh.
So how does that work? How does you communicating to pirates work?
It's like a Fallout style menu where it does a really smart thing. Is the Y button on your controller is kind of like it brings up like a wheel of different things you can do, like bring up your local map or your system map, or you can bring up You can control your shield, like the power that goes between your shields, your weapons, and your engines, like, independently, that kind of thing. And one of the things you can do is you can just bring up the radio, and basically you have two options. You can egg them on, you can try and get into a fight, or you can say, hey, please let me go by. And
that's cool.
Sometimes I think it seems to be like a dice roll, whether it's going to work out for you or not. But
yeah, there's a little RNG in there. I could see that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Seems interesting. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot to it, which is cool.
There is. The systems go pretty deep, and the combat gets pretty deep too. I can't wait to get like kind of another ship so I get to experience what it's going to be like, how the game actually feels with a different ship. I'm hoping that it really changes up.
Flying feel good?
Feels real good. Yeah,
nice.
It feels real good. And it's got a really smart thing where you can turn on this like targeting system where if you pull the left trigger, it'll match your speed with the ship that you're fighting, which can be really hard to do in video games. Like that's a pretty advanced tactic to match speeds so that you can get behind them and continue firing, as opposed to just like fly right past them, or they just fly away and you're left in the dust. And it makes that pretty easy. It also kind of helps you target a little bit if you kind of get lost in 3D space.
Nice.
It's the flying feels good. It's pretty easy to do, especially with that targeting system. Some of the early game systems aren't super explained well. Like there's one point where I had to go and find a piece of contraband that was cloaked under a shield, and it wasn't really explained how to find this thing. It tells you the sector to go, and then it tells you, just look around for it. And then all of a sudden this like wheel shows up and it says like 80%, or like your heading is like 13% correct to get to this thing. So you can try and like turn around and like find it, but you end up flying circles around it. Sometimes it can be a little confusing. So some of the stuff isn't really well explained. So I'm sure there'll be a ton of YouTube videos and stuff though, explaining, 10 things I wish I knew before
playing Rebel Galaxy.
Yeah.
Rebel Galaxy due out tomorrow or the 13th.
Yeah.
Nice.
On PC. Later for consoles.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna have to check that out. Looks cool. Is there going to be VR support?
Not that I know of, which is a bummer.
You recently got a new VR headset, right?
Yeah. Oh, I got two.
Yeah. I mean, last week we talked about it, but this week you have a new one again.
No. I got two new ones.
Oh, for this week. So you've acquired 3 VR headsets in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah. That is accurate.
Fire is the master of VR.
He has gone down a rabbit hole of VR.
So I got I picked up the Oculus Quest because I just saw it at Best Buy and I just wanted to check it out. The Oculus Quest is it's more like a console experience where everything is contained in the Oculus. You don't need to hook it up to a console. You don't need to hook it up to a computer. It's all just contained in the headset itself. It has the touch controllers, and you put on the headset and there's no wire. There's nothing, right? It's like completely free. You can go out in your backyard and play it. That's pretty cool. Graphically, it's not as good as obviously running on a 2080 Ti.
Yeah.
But having complete range of movement with no tether is awesome, and being able to, you don't have to set anything up. You just go and play it. You can play it, like I said, you just play it in your yard.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. I've got minimal hours with it though. So before I really talk about these things, I want to give it more time. And then I also got the Valve Index that came in the mail. I haven't gotten the touch controllers yet because they're still out of stock.
Oh, okay.
The Index controllers. But I put the Index on the Valve Index headset on, and I played with it for 10 or 15 minutes just right before the show because it just showed up by FedEx. I immediately turned on the 144 hertz mode, and holy shit, it's amazing.
In VR.
So good. The field of view is much wider than what I'm used to seeing too.
Really?
Real wide. And the headset is super comfortable. The headphones, one of the problems with the Oculus Rift S was they're not headphones, they're speakers, near field speakers. Were super dim and they were really tinny. They did the job. You really want to plug in headphones with that thing. With this thing, you don't need headphones. These things, they're near field speakers that kind of just hover above your ears like that. And they sound really good and they're super loud. The headset is super nice. It is so expensive though. It's
How much is it?
I want to say it was either $4.99 or $5.99.
And that's just the helmet, right?
Just the headset. The controllers are another $249. If you buy them with the headset. If you don't buy them with the headset, they're $279.
Damn.
And then if you don't already have the laser stations, the base stations, that's another like $150.
Wow.
So the cost of the whole setup is $1,000. But if you already are a Valve owner, you can kind of piece it out and just get the headset. Or
is
just
the experience that much better?
I don't know yet. I don't know.
Tune in next week, right?
Yeah, tune in next week. Give me some time. I literally played with it for 10 or 15 minutes. I got to say, there was definitely a wow factor when I first put it on and saw 144 hertz, though.
I bet, yeah.
Like, the 90 hertz was good.
No Man's Sky, right, Brian?
Yeah,
that's out this week.
Yeah, that's out on the 15th, right?
14th.
It's on the 14th, I believe.
14th.
Is this?
So that's 2 days away.
Was this the plan to make sure you're ready with all the VR options to be able to experience No Man's Sky? Feel like, all right, try
I was
this,
gonna buy.
that,
I was gonna buy a new VR headset anyway, but yeah, I mean, this is. I wanted to try them all out and see which one I like the best.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
because I'm curious about it too. I mean, in my opinion, VR is about the visual experience. So,
yeah,
you want to know what the best visual experience is going to be on those headsets.
Yeah, like I've played a lot of Fallout VR. And even with the Oculus Rift S, it was a huge upgrade over what I was experiencing with the Vive.
Okay.
Right. It's like both of the new generation of headsets are a big upgrade. And that one is $400. Yeah, it's $400 for a complete setup. So the Index is $1,000. It's 2.5 times the amount of money. And it's going to be hard to justify that. It's 2.5 times a better experience. I'm guessing early thoughts are it's going to be like you can buy really good headphones for $400. You can buy better ones for $10,000.
Right.
But the improvement you get over like a $10 set of earpods that come with your iPhone and a $400 set of headphones is vast. It's not going to be as big a leap.
Sure.
To the $10,000 ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm guessing it is. It's a great experience getting into the Rift S. It's huge. It's an amazing headset. And the Quest, I'm guessing, is right there too. And not having a tether, is really nice.
Yeah.
The Index is amazing, but you pay for it.
Right.
Right.
I'll be looking forward to hearing more details about that.
Yeah, I'm really excited just also to hear about how No Man's Sky in VR is next week.
I'm looking forward to that. There's not a lot of detail on what that's going to be like yet.
Yeah.
Just some recent stuff coming out from like some articles talking about how it's great and all that, but yeah, not a lot of
in VR. Have they explained what it's going to be like in VR?
Yeah, I believe so. They said that the experience is going to be like seamless, like you're actually doing all that stuff. I didn't really dig deep into those articles, but I saw some recently coming out on Twitter and all that, and like Gamescom stuff. So I've been clicking on that. It looks great. I'm really curious about it. This is the first game I've ever actually been like, be nice to play that in VR.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to climbing into that ship and taking off in VR.
Yeah, right?
Like, that seems just like a next level experience.
Doing it not in VR was spooky and like intimidating.
Being able to look around your cockpit and be like, we're going to space.
It's gonna be cool.
Someday I want somebody to take that engine and build like a real story driven game in it.
Yeah. Apparently you're gonna find NPCs walking around.
Yeah. Like a merchant.
I don't believe anything they say still 2 years on.
We'll see about that. If you're really going to do that. Like apparently you're going to have full on squads. You can squad up with people. You have like 32 people in that session and you go out and you be a squad and all that. Like that's really fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot. There was one interview saying that it felt like No Man's Sky 2.0. which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah. Because typically with a game that's getting a sequel or a next expansion or a sequel, they're like, check out these new destinations or check out this new thing that you're going to go look at and experience and be a part of. No Man's Sky has a problem of being all those things already because of the planet generation.
Yeah. I mean, they've the stuff they've showed about like the new animals and the new like kind of wildlife going on. It looks like it's going to be like more densely packed and more colorful and kind of wilder. But that's kind of what their marketing looked like before the first game came out too. So I'm like,
yeah,
right.
I mean, hold judgment until I'm actually in game. You know,
so
like
you have your helmet on.
Don't get me wrong, I love that first game. It had its flaws, and the developers definitely did lie about what was involved in that game.
Yeah, what launched? Yeah,
what they actually did launch, I did enjoy quite a bit. So I'm looking forward to it when it comes out.
Nice.
Or when Beyond comes out.
Yeah.
But like I'm not gonna like hang on every word that they give me.
Totally. It's still it's worth noting as well that this is a free update.
Free.
Yes.
Yeah, if you own the game already, you're getting this for free, and they've been doing that. They said all the updates were going to be free for this game. So it's,
I just downloaded it actually just to kind of be ready so I can update it when it comes out.
Nice.
I wonder if it's better to download it fresh with the updates installed or to update it in place.
Hopefully, it doesn't matter.
Oh,
if it
if
it matters, they screwed something up in the update process.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, do you guys have any interest in a game called Remnant from the Ashes?
I haven't heard of this.
Yeah, I haven't heard of it.
So I
Google it while you're talking.
T-Rex and Professor Broman actually went to their studio to play it and stream it live.
Cool.
Pretty sure that's the game that they did. So basically, just to give a really basic example of what it is, it's a third-person survival action shooter set in a post-apocalyptic world overrun by monstrous creatures. As one of the last remnants of humanity, you'll set out alone or alongside up to 2 other survivors to face down hordes of deadly enemies and epic bosses. So it's you can choose to play with other people. You can play through this entire game with 2 other people, up to 2 other people. I've seen some people describe it as Dark Souls with guns.
Okay.
Which is interesting. But this comes out on August 20th, so pretty soon it's actually going to be releasing. And it looks beautiful. If you are able to look at any gameplay, it looks really, really good. They also say that so the worlds are dynamically generated. So every time you play through, it's going to be different. It has new maps in it, new different enemy encounters, new quest opportunities, and in-world events are all just generated by the engine. So that's really interesting. And then you can also upgrade and specialize your characters so you can kill bosses and get the loot and make modifications to the stuff that you're using. So it looks pretty fun.
Yeah, I haven't heard of it.
Visually, I think it looks great.
Yeah, it does look good. I'm looking at it right now.
And it's it's difficult.
Is it a looter or?
I don't know.
Is it like Diablo first person shooter?
No, it's a third person.
It's third person.
Yeah.
Third person. Yeah. But yeah, all I've mostly I've looked into it a little bit. But yeah, it being procedurally generated or dynamically generated was very interesting. So every time you play, it's different.
That always makes me wonder if they're doing that, is there like is there a reason to play it over and over again? Or what kind of story? How long does the playthrough take? Because typically when they have procedurally generated levels, usually the playthroughs aren't very long to do a playthrough. Essentially, like it's a confined chunk of time.
Be a little bit shorter because it is $40. So it's not a full $60 game. It's a $40 game. And I don't know. Maybe there's different loot that you can get. It does say that there's hundreds of varieties of deadly enemies and 20 epic bosses.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the epic bosses are supposed to be on the level of like a Dark Souls kind of situation.
20 epic bosses. And you probably have to like keep on playing to see all of them. Like do more random generated stuff.
So I know there's boss weapons, there's loot, And I know that they did say that if you want to take on like the toughest challenges to unlock the greatest rewards, you want to play with 2 other people, but you can play it solo if you want to. But yeah, there's going to be some challenges that you'd want to join up with people for.
Cool.
There's some wording on their website that has me a little bit concerned.
Okay. What is it?
There's VIP preview weekend access that comes out before August 20th. I guess it launches on August 20th.
Yes.
You can also buy a temporary XP boost.
Oh.
Temporary XP boost.
Yeah.
For money?
For money.
It says there's a survivor pack. You'll need every advantage you can get to survive the nightmarish creatures and harsh environments of the apocalypse. Give yourself an early edge with the survivor pack, full of weapon crafting materials to improve your artillery, medical supplies to keep you alive, and a temporary XP boost to give you a head
Hold
start.
up. They're giving you XP boost and supplies to craft with?
Yeah. Is this going to be a pay to play kind of thing?
I would.
Well, you got to pay
not.
money.
I would hope that you could get the regular version and you can still completely get through the game, but maybe it just takes you longer to be able to get the materials to craft and level up.
Interesting. Like everything about it seems interesting except that last little thing.
Yeah.
That
I think
concerns me a little bit.
I think for a $40 game, I think I'd be down to give it a try because I think graphically it looks good.
It does.
And it definitely piques my interest with it being like a difficult game.
Difficult with the random generation stuff. I'm always a fan of randomly generated dungeons and all that and levels. And I'm waiting for like, No Man's Sky is one of like the premier examples of being able to do that. But something with a really solid story with randomly generated stuff, I'm waiting to see that get nailed,
Yeah.
Didn't Diablo have randomly generated content in it?
Yeah, all the levels are randomly generated in Diablo, but that's not necessarily like a first person.
Bloodborne had the randomly generated dungeons.
The Chalice dungeons, they do have those, but again, they're not.
It's not part of the story, right? It's something that you do on the side.
Yeah, because this looks like it's part of the story. These levels.
It does, yeah. I would be really interested in checking it out and seeing what the story actually is like.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could just be one of those things that's light on story and just like gear up and
go kill things.
These bad guys. Yeah, there's
a
bad guys.
Demon spawning there. Go kill them.
Get geared up, hang out with your friends, kill these things.
That's true.
It could be almost like a raid experience in Destiny, where there's a story ish, but it's really about like getting 6 friends together and going into that raid and busting your head against a wall for a little while, but finally getting through it and being triumphant in the end.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but
this looks cool. I'm gonna take a look at it.
Yeah,
I'm a little worried that it's gonna be a little shady.
We'll see. We could play it together.
That'd be fun.
3 people.
That'll make it fun.
DCP fights demons.
Demons.
Doesn't matter if the game's any good or not. We'll make it fun. Is there any exploding barrels? Just asking for a friend.
Oh no.
Anything else on the list for today? We wanted to cover.
I don't think.
Did we already cover Brexit? We figured that out, right?
Yeah, we offered up some solutions on that.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it then. We've pretty much covered the world. We've solved all the issues.
We solved all the issues.
And everything.
We solved Twitch's problems.
Yep.
Yep. You're welcome, Twitch.
Yep. But we will be playing Sea of
fee.
Thieves. And I messaged Fran. Fran is confirmed to be there, so we have someone to pick on.
Nice.
Don't worry.
No. What are you talking about? We would never
pick on Fran.
Briar has someone to pick on.
Briar, I don't see it. Of all the time I've played, of all the hours I've logged with Briar, I couldn't see it. He wouldn't be doing that.
Destroy sales?
No.
Doesn't sound like Briar.
I'm very committed to my Sea of Thieves playthrough. Very committed.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, that's the
show. What are we gonna do that in like half hour?
I have to get food and all that.
We said 3 p.m. right? About around 3 is when we're.
Yeah.
What time is it now?
That might be a little tough for me.
It's fine. 3:30. Last time we started
sometime soonish. You know,
sometime
3-ish.
between 3 and 4.
3-ish p.m. Pacific. Soonish, guys.
Soonish.
That is the episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. SideQuest complete. Here's a cat. I'll be gone next week, so I'm looking forward to hearing about next week's show and all that. I'm actually going on vacation.
You are.
Yeah.
Do you know where you're going yet?
No, we're
Tour of the trash bag manufacturing plants of America.
Yeah, we wanted to get down to the nitty gritty on what's going on with these trash liners. So,
Understand.
Yeah,
Is this flex fit really all it's cracked up to be?
yeah. Is it just marketing? Right. See, I'll be gone.
What's the difference between a garbage bag and a yard garbage bag? What's the difference?
One's bigger.
Yeah, 40 gallons versus 13 or 10. Right? Yeah.
I don't know. That's why I asked the question.
40-gallon bags, man.
We'll be finding out that and more next week.
Yes. Exactly. See, I'll be gone for from the 13th till sometime after the 23rd. So 10-ish days or so.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Disconnecting and not being directly influenced every day by the flow of Twitter and all that stuff. So it'll be a good break.
For sure.
If you want to find more of me, though, you can talk to me at Teft on Twitter and also catch my streams, twitch.tv/TeftyTeft. I will be streaming tonight. Obviously, we're doing Sea of Thieves, and then I'll be probably playing some Destiny before I take that vacation. So that's my stuff, and I'm sticking to it.
I'm Miss 5000 Watts. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Just look for Miss 5000 Watts. Got a lot of exciting games coming up that I'm going to be trying out, starting it towards the end of August. So, and going until, I don't know, frickin' forever. Because September has a billion games, and now October has a billion games. Very fun.
It's good.
August is keeps kind of sucker punching me.
Yeah.
Like, games that I didn't see coming, I'm really enjoying.
I know. I'm looking at, there's 2 games coming out in August that I'm definitely playing, and then I'm looking at Remnants from the Ashes that I want to check out, and yeah, there's a few things I want to look at in August.
Yeah. I'm Briar Rabbit. You can find me face deep in a VR headset.
Multiple.
I was thinking about going to the park with the VR headset with the Oculus Quest and filming just running around in the park with the
Vlog it.
Think about it. You got a wide open area with no boundary.
True.
So you could walk 1-to-1.
You could.
Can the signal from your computer get hooked up to it?
The Quest is all self-contained. It doesn't need a computer.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's pretty crazy.
Wow.
All right. I might do that. If I do it, I'll definitely video it. And we'll be streaming Sea of Thieves in a little bit.
There you go. Awesome. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate all the support. You guys will be back next week. GG's.
Yes, we will be.
Yes.
It'll be the intense Briar interview, serious mode.
Yeah.
That's right. Very serious.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye.